Jonathan Clark has a legit 41-inch standing vertical at 6'2". He's also tested a 48-inch vertical off 2 feet in an approach jump and a 43-inch vertical off 1 foot. And mind you, the 1 foot jump probably wasn't even close to his best day ever. This is one of the freakiest athletes that has ever walked planet Earth. But what makes him so different from everyone else? Let's look at some of the weight room numbers he has. He's power cleaned and hang cleaned in the low to mid 300s. He's squatted 500 pounds. Not to mention just the ridiculous single leg lifts he's done, hip thrusts he's done, deadlifts, all weighing in the 170 to 190 range. Some of the craziest relative strength numbers out of any athlete I've ever seen. And this is with having extremely long limbs, which if you didn't know, if you have longer limbs, it's way harder to lift heavy weights because of the role of torque, right? Think about how hard it is to lift a weight when it's held out straight out in front of you versus if you were to lift it when it's close to your body. It's way out in front of you, it's way harder. This is because your muscles have to produce way higher forces intramuscularly. So this guy that's lifting 500 pounds at 6'2" is producing way higher forces in his muscles than this guy who's lifting the same amount of weight but is only 5'10". And the reason relative strength is so important for jumping higher is because of this equation. This is Newton's second law. Force equals mass times acceleration. Acceleration is a change in velocity. And when you jump, your velocity at takeoff determines how high you're going to jump. So you want to produce the greatest acceleration possible. If we move the equation around, you can see that acceleration is equal to force divided by mass. So the higher force you produce in the short amount of time that you have to jump, which in a 2-foot jump is about 0.3 seconds, and the less you weigh, the higher the acceleration is going to be. And the easiest way to increase how much force you can produce is through strength training. And you want to choose exercises that are specific to jumping. One of the easiest ways to determine what exercises are specific is to go jump when you haven't jumped in a long time. And pay attention to what muscles are the most sore the next day. When it comes to 2-foot jumping, those muscles are quads, your glutes, your upper back musculature, and your calves. Then we want to choose strength exercises that work those muscles. 3 exercises that cover all those muscles are power cleans, deep back squats, and deadlifts. To get stronger at those exercises, you want to train them 2 to 3 times per week. Lift in the 3 to 8 rep range. Do about 2 to 3 working sets for each of those exercises, and make sure that you are training close to failure. Ideally within 1 to 3 reps in reserve on your working sets. Then just stay consistent, don't miss a workout over a long period of time, and your strength will go up. And as long as you're continuing to practice jumping, you will see crazy improvements in your vertical jump.